Look, the best two politicians, I reckon, in the country are Malinauskas in South Australia, and here at Sky tonight we had a speech from New South Wales Premier Chris Minns, who was just outstanding, talking about, you know, the importance of something like Sky News and the new name and all of that stuff. But those two are just very good performers. I want to talk about this fast train. Now, I reckon in my journalistic career, I would have written about fast train projects 25 times from about 1975 onwards. We still haven't got one. Now we're talking about spending $90 billion just to build a line between Sydney and Newcastle, with most of it in a tunnel. That is never going to happen.
Steve, I sort of got my sort of real reputation for getting things done in politics through building tunnels in Queensland and having what was seen as being an out there sort of vision. So I'm not a knocker naturally, but I'm also a businessman, and I go, you know, why do we need a fast train between Sydney and Newcastle? Like, it would be great. And by the way, to those Novocastrians this evening, I love your city. Story behind that, haven't got time. But you know, so look, it would be great, but surely it's Sydney-Melbourne. I could buy a vision for that. I mean, I think it was an episode of that ABC show, Utopia, where they're talking about fast trains. Look, it's just, look, I think, and why is the federal government sort of pushing it when the state government seem almost like they're not interested? I mean, you know, like, would people get back in their lane? I mean, go back to defence. I mean,
let me give you a hint.
Yeah,
I'll give you a hint. To change the discussion this week away from ISIS brides in Syria and get people to talk about a fast train, that's never going to happen. That's the hint.
That could be it. That could be it, mate.
I mean, seriously. I mean, I love fast trains. I've been to Japan more than a dozen times. I travel on them when I go to Europe. They are a brilliant piece of infrastructure and transport. But the federal government's broke. New South Wales Premier has already said he's not putting any money into it. And how does the rest of Australia feel? How do all our great mates in Queensland feel that we're going to spend $90 million getting a few people between Sydney and Newcastle and back again?
Yeah, that's all part of my thinking, mate. I just think it's just not the right project in a list of national priorities, not by any stretch of the imagination. And you know, think of all the coal-fired power stations, or indeed, well, nuclear power stations that the Labor Party say aren't economical and cost a whole lot of money. I mean, for $90 billion, I think we could sort of, if you believe the claptrap, you could, you know, decarbonise the electricity system and have safe, reliable baseload power for Australians. But, you know, apparently nuclear was too expensive. Go figure.
Just before you go, I want to talk about Bunnings. I know you're a Bunnings fan. I'm a Bunnings fan as well. Their CEO, Rob Scott, he has issued a warning saying Australia is at, quote, a tipping point due to high inflation, sagging productivity. And he said the government has to work with business to solve it. He's absolutely 100% correct. Do you think Jim Chalmers is listening?
Well, perhaps eventually Jim Chalmers will listen to all this stuff, and I'm concerned about so many business failures, and particularly when you start seeing prominent brands like Barbecues Galore going down, you know, you really do have to worry. And the opportunity here, though, Steve, is that this is going to Angus Taylor and the Coalition to start hammering these points. Yeah. And I was reassured that in the last week, they actually have started to talk about things that the Liberal Party should talk about. And my only extra bit of advice is keep doing it, but be absolutely unequivocal. If you're asked about immigration and you're saying it's too high, set the number. Stop mucking about. If you want to talk about small business and how to unleash it and let it go, give us the specifics.
100%.
If you want to talk about tax, give us the specifics. If you don't want ISIS brides coming back in Australia, say it. I mean, Albanese got away this week with the most ridiculous nonsense, saying, you know, you made your bed, you know, you got to live and lie in it. This is the guy in 2022 who was supporting them coming home, and clearly the government is supporting them coming back.
Oh,
so
of course they are.
Be unequivocal, be straight down the line, and they will be rewarded, particularly in terms of talking about the impact on business and productivity.